yeah, let's take a look at what happened today. Start with maybe GME, and then I'll come back to AMC. So yeah, as I expected, things kind of moving along as what I expected, right? So some of you who probably tune my channels or saw the my live stream yesterday, but yeah, it seems like it just plays out as what you know Rowan Kitty created, based on the fractals. And so this is kind of my post. Let's come back to this one. So we had a huge downside today after some announcement of a GME from GameStop. I think they did a 1.3 billion. It's not dilution, but I think they wanted to use what do you call that? I think 1.3 billions in convertible. Was it convertible notes in private offering? So basically, like, they plan to use. I think they wanted to use some of that for the investment for the futures, and they I think they wanted to purchase a Bitcoin with this one as well. And it looks like within the 13 days period beginning on, they could also I think they could buy back like a couple hundred million or something like that. And then that makes sense because we still have the second thumb wave, right? So we just completed the first thumping wave, and now we need to go for another second one. And that, I think the second will happen before April OPEX, based on my fractals, which is on that week of April 11th. I mean, based on the options, but yeah, April 7th or 8th. I think the second thumping wave could happen on that, around that time, in my opinion. And then the week after is the short week, yesterday, and then that's OPEX week for April. So I think we could see a second thumping wave on that second week of April, which in line with this 13 days period, I think. So if you add a 13 days from now, let's see, 13 days from March 26th, that's Wednesday. So Wednesday, April 8th. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, right? April 8th. So yeah, on that week, on that 11th, April 2nd week, right? So that perfectly line up. So within a period, so they could within that period they could purchase some couple hundred millions, I think. So yeah, I think something's gonna happen. Maybe they'll use that money to buy back their shares or something like that. Who knows? But they're gonna do whatever they're gonna create to create patterns, the second thumping wave in this area. And I think that will be a big one too. And there's a gap here at $32, and I think that could be filled if that happens. Something's gonna be happening here, and then it'll come back down again, and that will complete the second wave, and then going in for a third thumping wave. And in terms of the so let's go back to MACD here. So let me just show you what happened today. So in order to show so okay, so the so I talk about how last stream, there are people who might not watch the last stream, but so basically what I've been thinking was, I thought, yeah, that's what they did, right? So from April, May, that's what Rowan Kitty created, with also maybe the long forces. And they're kind of really doing a big stretched out version of April, May here, and in this area, based on this fractals, except for this area, they're supposed to go, but they couldn't go, but they create a 3 thumping waves, but they create a in a much more in details, and they're repeating a same cycle here. Yeah, but in a much more stretched out version here. So now we are in the second thumping wave area, where we have to see this. So basically what they do is, instead of doing this one, they push more down, which means that they're doing this. It's much more stretched out, and now they're going in for a first thumping wave in this phase. But yes, time is much more delayed, and they're making a much bigger thumping waves here compared to this area or this area. So I think there's a lot of accumulation is going to happen here. Even the Saudi investors or maybe institutions, basically they're letting them to buy in this very cheaper price before they start to shooting up, right? So yeah, I think they're giving opportunity for a long-term or possibly a big whales investors to jump in. I think they're just giving one last opportunity before let this go. So I think that's why we are seeing a picture with Ryan Cohen and then other people who are very wealthy. And that I mean, that's just me speculating. But anyway, so to come back to this, so as I'm saying, this here there's a thumping waves created, and then they're repeating the same cycle. So when I brought this fractals here, I'll show you very, very interesting stuff here. So let me just change the color now to this one, to a little bit brighter color. So instead of gapping up, they did this, right? So instead of gapping up, they just run, and then they just go up and down like that, and have pullback, and then they're waiting for the earning, and they start to shooting up, and then after the shooting up, they start to pushing this upside. And I think this area and this area was a lot faster in terms of the algo, because how they're running it was so fast that the volume just like maybe kicks in, and things are just popping up, right? So the algo was faster in that sense compared to what we have it here, but they're still going going for a same height, same high. And also what they're doing now here is they push these things here, but it was so fast that I have to look at this one here, because so I also have to consider this in overnight trading. So this phase is this phase, they push it back down, but from here to here they run it so fast that this is like shrinking like this one. You know what I mean? So some area is slow, like I said. Some area they run it so fast. So I have to really consider that, and have to really squeeze this in a little bit, just to match the speed of fractals. So basically they did that, and then they push this up, pull back down here, push one more time, which was here, and then they pull down very fast, which is, I think it was here. So it was so fast that the algo was like just moving so fast. So even for me, I was really tracking things, and then I'm like, wow, shit, like things are really running so fast. So even here, they touch here, they go up. That happened literally like here. So it's here. So basically this, just to give you an example, show you examples. So this is what they did. It has to like shrink like so. So they basically they run like that. You see. So it was so fast that some area is slow, some area is very fast, and that's the recognizing the speed of algo. And I've been really noticing patterns, and I mean I've been really trying to looking things very carefully, and then trying to figure out where we at exactly. And then that's what I noticed. And then after hours, and then I remember, before after hours, they tank it down a little bit and then push back up. And then instead of going this way and then pull back, they just drop those announcements, pushing the price down, which is here. So they're running the algo very fast in this area from earning to until now. They run the fractal so fast that we're here. So this thing, I think, will maybe what's the price right now? Yeah, so now price is slowly moving up, but it will come down one more time. Tomorrow is Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow is Thursday. So they're gonna come down, and then they go up, maybe come down, and then maybe start to recover maybe here. So it really depends on the speed again, right? Because from the earning till today, a lot of events happen, right? The Bitcoin events, and also the today's the what do you call that? It's not dilution, but it's some sort of the debt related, right? Converted debt or something. So yeah, they're gonna use that to buy Bitcoin or maybe for a future investment. So yeah, it's private thing, right? So who knows? Maybe wealthy a private company will maybe do something, or I don't know, like something's gonna happen with them. It's RC's job, right? But anyway, for me, my job is to figure out the fractals, right? So now I think we are here. The speed of algo was fast between yesterday and today. Okay, so now we are here. We're gonna go up and we're gonna have one more down like that, double bottom, and then start to pushing this up. But here's another thing we have to remember is that the speed of algo, right? So the speed of algo for now until yesterday, today was fast. However, the speed of algo could be slower again. Okay, so now we might see this pattern here. However, we could see a slow movement maybe tomorrow, right? So maybe this part can be dragged out until Friday, or until a week, until next week. So what I'm saying is maybe this fractals can be created until next week, and then suddenly shoot up based on some events, like let's say GameStop buy back their shares or something, just shoot up like that for the second thumping wave, for the next events, right? And then so that's the thing about the speed of algo, I think, the recognizing speed of algos. But so from yesterday to now, that's what I can give you, and from tomorrow till Friday, and also till early next week, I think I still have to see how the speed of algo is, and also the fractals and patterns they're creating. So I'm guessing that maybe now things are maybe getting slower. We'll see, but I need to see this type of more patterns to fit this in, and then when this thing slowly recover, I need to see how fast they're gonna run. If they drag it out like that, like very slowly, then it can go to next week, right? So I think for now we completed the first thumping wave, and now we are going for the second thumping wave, and then we have to really see how fast they're gonna run. So for example, the common mistake is so let's just copy this one, because this first thumping wave is complete. So this is first thumping wave. So for example, what I'm trying to say is the common mistake is because they're using like I said, because because there was the algo kicks in so fast after the earning until now, and some people might have used the fractals maybe similarly, but they're using based on the speed of algo today and yesterday. But you have to also factor that every day is different. So if you have it right there and you think that maybe the second thumping wave could happen tomorrow, like on Thursday, but that's the mistake. That's the most that's the dangerous thing to do. So what you do is you take out the second thumping wave, and then you have to work with it, because the second thumping wave could stretch like this. Okay? The timing of the second thumping wave could stretch out from here maybe to here, like that. Okay? I'm just giving examples. So let's say we completed the first thumping wave, but now from today to the second thumping wave, based on the speed of algo today and yesterday, it looks like it's going to happen tomorrow. However, like I said, the speed of algo might be slower, right? It gets slower yet tomorrow or day before or next week, right? So when you consider that, you take out the second part of this thumping wave, and you have to stretch it out a little bit, right? And you have to also use the this model, which is from last year May, creating this first, second, and third thumping wave, and you have to stretch it out based on the how it's based on the bottom stage here, and then you just stretch it out, and then this kind of the rally start to kick in around this area, which is after April OPEX. I'm still trying to figure it out. I think I need more time. I still need to figure out when the second thumping wave and then when that second thumping wave bottom is going to be, and then heading for third thumping wave. And then once I have more fractal data, then once I start to see the same patterns here, that maybe they're tracking same this last May 1st, May 2nd cycle, then I could kind of figure out when the rally will kicks in, like what happened in May, early May last year. So maybe they could run this thing before May OPEX 240, and then we have a June OPEX, and there's a lot of call options, right? There's a lot of it's a huge call option change in June. So they might want to destroy that, right? And they might run this thing after OPEX week, right? So I think that could happen here. It's like very slow squeeze, rather than like very rapid squeeze. So I think we could experience some of that very slow Tesla type of squeeze, but in a more explosive way, It's still very slow squeeze, but very explosive when the rally kicks in. So I was comparing between AMC and GME, and even AMC. I'm tracking 2020 cycle. It's been perfectly matching perfectly, and I'm still expecting a pop up to $4. It hasn't happened. So I took a look at it. And then, as you can see, this is 2 hour. This is the what hours is it? This is 8 hours. This is 12 hours. So as you can see, this is January this year, and this is over sold territory. Same thing happened. This red, you see this red color. Same thing happened here. So there's like a pullback. Red, and then after that it goes up and down, I think, which what they created somehow here, but it was much more stretched out version, whereas this was so fast. It just go up and down and quickly just make this one. So So what you can learn from this is that they're actually buying a lot of time. The fractally, it's somehow mimicking same cycle. I mean same way, like same pattern, but in some area they run it things very slow sometimes. So that's the thing that we have to be careful, especially when you play options. And I think AMC now, so now we hit here, which is this is the second. So after they create this one, it comes down, right? They create this one and come back down, right? Lower price than here, right? So it's perfectly doing exactly the same thing. And now we moved up here this much, and then the this RSIs go up as this much as well. The level is about 48 points. And then even here, when you look at this one, now you look at this one a little bit more closely, after you look at the little bit of a bigger picture. Before this thing gap up and pop, they did this something like 1 2, they go up and down twice, and same as RSI, just go up and down, right? And then they pop, right? So I think they're mimicking a same repetition here. They go up, and when you even look at the RSI here, I just draw a circle so that you can see it better. Go up, down, right? They go up again and down again, and that's what kind of complete this one. And then by tomorrow and Friday, we need to see this thing push up to this level. Okay, so I'm expecting maybe this thing will fill all here, and then the fact that because the speed of algo is very slow, I think this gap up happened on Monday. So I think something's gonna happen on Monday. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, it could happen this week, but just the fact that they're very slow, and I think they're just waiting for some announcement. And I think I don't know what announcement AMC have left right now. Their earnings is finished. Maybe they could say maybe they could complete the dilution. But I thought they already did, so I don't know what kind of thing they could announce to run this thing. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna. Maybe it could just just automatically pop. Maybe technically, maybe it could just gap up and just do something. So that's AMC, and the reason I look at this as a all together with AMC is that it's all same basket stock as GME. So yeah, I think when AMC pops, I don't know. The funny thing is, when GME had a nice run, AMC really does. AMC barely moved. Maybe it moved like a 1 or 2%, and then come back down. So I don't know if it's actually I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe this is just small things, but when the cycle kicks in, maybe I don't know. Things are slowly. It just runs very separately somehow. It just doesn't seems to. I don't know. Especially this, except for the squeeze part. Things are kind of. I feel a little bit now feel different stock. Because before when GME run, AMC will run together, but now it doesn't seem like it's correlated. I don't know if they are out of basket stock, but we'll see. So yeah, that's GME. And one last thing I wanted to point out is that so I took a look at this one. 1 second. So I think Monday something's gonna happen here. So if this thing happened, it popped to $4. There's a gap there. So maybe I'm expecting that. I'm just accumulating some call options here. I have a $3.50 calls, so we'll see how that plays out. But so if AMC pops, AMC will come pull back down, right? And then this is April OPEX, right? There's one more small pop there and pull back down, and then what I want you to look at is from April OPEX to May OPEX, AMC will run, right? Very short one, a small one. Same as GME. I took a look at this one based on the speed I saw today. We completed the first thumping wave, and then we still need to see how fast the algo will run to create a second thumping wave. But based on what I saw today, it was fast. And then for the second one, if we see a similar cycles, or we could see a same pattern as this one, that what we saw from May. This is from May, last year May, before rally. There's a 3 thumping waves, and if they decide to go this route, then from April OPEX here to May OPEX, that could start to run, which means that when you look at AMC from April OPEX to May OPEX, it could run like this too. So which means the size is obviously GameStop is much bigger compared to AMC in this phase. However, in terms of the direction wise, the direction will be same as GME and AMC from April OPEX to May OPEX, and I think that's something that I think I think it's quite important. So not financial advice, but I think we're very close, but we still have to see how. I just keep saying speed of algo, but I think this is very important stage. So between April OPEX to May OPEX, something's gonna happen here. So the direction wise is just moving up, right? Same as AMC, April OPEX, May OPEX, moving up. And after that, from May OPEX to June OPEX, it comes down and go up. Let's look at what happened. After May OPEX to June OPEX, comes down, go up. It's the same pattern here. After that, from June OPEX to July OPEX, which is about here, for GME, from June OPEX to July OPEX, just go up. So I think between June and July, maybe I don't know, maybe it's a little bit slower, but here from June to July, AMC go down, right? So maybe it makes sense. Maybe when the GameStop start to pushing, maybe maybe AMC, they want to suppress it, right? Because they don't want the GameStop to pop big numbers. So maybe the hedge fund market maker, you will use the AMC as a collateral to suppress GME, right? The whole basket stock, and also GME, right? So maybe it might make sense that the hedge fund and the market maker borrow a lot of AMC, use AMC, and then suppress the price, because if they suppress the price in AMC, maybe they can somehow control GME price or something. But maybe that's how I see, or maybe they could line up between July OPEX to August OPEX. We'll see. There's gonna be when this thing hits around this area from last year May and June level, there's gonna be a for sure pullback, right? They're gonna retest this area. They're gonna retest and then maybe try to push up, but they're gonna pull back down, right? There's gonna be a retest. So I think that's July and August. And AMC, after they run this cycle, they're gonna head for 2021 January squeeze cycle, and then that's September. So this is September. Yeah, this is September. So maybe GameStop pop, AMC pop, right? So we'll see. I don't know what kind of announcement is gonna happen here in this phase, and then, but yeah, it's just yeah, I'm just trying to figure this out, how they're gonna run this thing, but yeah, that's kind of what I see for now. But like I said, they can always delay this thing a little bit further and further, so this can go up to maybe this level, but I don't know, I highly doubt so we'll see. So anyway, so yeah, let's pay attention how the second thumping wave will start, and then when that second thumping wave will end, and then I think that will give us more the data for the fractals, and then I think we could kind of anticipate when the third thumping wave could happen, and also the rally could kick in, because once the third thumping wave finish, and then the rally will kick in after that, soon after that, right? So it's not gonna go up right away, but it's gonna move up, and then slowly turns around and then shooting up. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So I hope people don't get disappointed by today's. I know some people buy a lot of call options or something like that because of the news and stuff. As I said before, it's all the patterns and cycles and fractals. I mean, it's not, now you see how this is quite important. I think, I don't know, like it's really up to you, but to think about it. But I think it's just the way they run this thing. It's all science, like a lot of people waiting for the MOAS to happen, but they somehow need that kind of liquidity to push this thing up. They need those yeah, so it right now it's just a stage where like they're just accumulate before send this off, right? So in order to send this the big time, they need a lot of liquidity, and also they need some announcement. They need to prepare some the big major catalyst to kick this off, so that they can break the maybe algo, maybe yeah. So we'll see. Yeah. So I think that's what I see for now. So this is whole April. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for stopping by, and then I'll see you guys in next update.